This looks super, super good, man. Love the machining here on the bottom too. Like, that is a good looking board. I am super happy with this. We have the ORI 365 today. This is going to be a very special board that I think you guys are really going to like. This is a prototype unit. So if we do find some stuff that we don't particularly love today, I will be letting Bruce know. I have been loving stuff from ORI for a long time. I just want to put this out in the open. The last few releases, the last more than few releases from ORI, at least from what I've heard from people, have been very, very good. I've always been a big fan of this stuff. I think it's really fun. I love the design put into this stuff here. It's always so elegant. I'm a huge fan of the 60. Love that board to death. I thought it was amazing. I'm hoping this is just as good. They did send this over. I'm pretty positive we're able to keep this today, so hashtag sponsored, hence why we're putting that there. But nothing else was exchanged, just so you guys know, just usual. With all these ORI releases, they're all pretty expensive, but I want to say, you'll kind of see why there's some, like, you know, extra expensiveness to this. I believe the starting price for this one here is about $550, which is pretty damn expensive in today's world of custom keyboards, but also not quite out of the realm of, like, ridiculous, if that weirdly makes sense. So yeah, it's expensive, and we're gonna see if it's worth the $550 price tag. I'm gonna say this, and again, this is me. I want to, like, just put out my biases right now. If this even comes close to how much I liked the 60, I will say that the $550 price tag might be deserving of it. But I'm gonna set the bar really high. That this has to be just as much as I loved the 60. I haven't even opened this yet. Let's take a look. Now, this is a dual mounting system. It should be anyways, a top and an O-ring mount. Let's see. We should have our PCB. This is just a piece of foam. Oh, they sent two pieces. Oh, one's the hot swap, one's the solder. Okay. Now, I'm pretty positive you only get one of these things. There's some plates here, which we'll take a look at afterwards. We'll open up the PCBs afterwards here. We got, what's this? Daughter board. This does look proprietary, which reminds me of the other daughter board from the last release. We have O-rings, or O-ring for screws. Oh, okay, for the top mount. I guess you can do like a sandwich or a burger mount there. Feet and dampening plate stuff. I might have to look up some of the guide stuff for this. And then plate screws. Let's see what we got here. I mean, visually, this is pretty similar to the 60, and I'm already in a big happy state of things. Visually, I am already happy. We got those extremely crazy side profile over here. Not side profile, side bezels. Look at that. That is crazy. So again, we're gonna see some cost here in the machining. Nice peel here. Ooh, I do like the bottom of this. This has some texture going on with these machined lines. All right. Yeah, the polish is nice, albeit I have to wipe that side down there. All right, side profile. I'm liking this a lot. We got this kind of scoop happening over here. And then we have the weight, although it does look like the weight has, I wouldn't call this a scuff, but it looks like an imperfection on this side. Not on this side though. So I don't know if this is just, again, part of the prototype unit, but I will message ORI about this. So on this side, it looks fine. On this side, it had a bit of like a little, I don't know if that's just leftover adhesive. I'll have to double check though. Does look like there's a little bit of a scuff on this side. Again, could be part of the prototype. I would expect these to be absolutely flawless being delivered to people though, but look at that. That is a crazy, crazy, beautiful side profile. I love this. You can see the weight, more of the aluminum. They never fail to impress me on how beautiful these side profiles are for the keyboard. A little bit of a Leica inspired badge. I mean, I'm into this. I'm vibing with it. I'm liking this a lot. And then we have, again, the bottom here in case you guys wanted a bit more of a close-up. And then I've always been a big fan of their blockers and badges. The little bird is beautiful in my opinion. I don't know how you guys feel about this on a 65. I'm not exactly like mad that there's a blocker on this. Totally preference based there. We have the angled screws, the internals, very reminiscent of what we've seen on the 60. Beautiful. I really like this so far. The bottom machining, damn. Well, not even the bottom machining too, like just even this too, how this kind of arcs inwards. Can you guys see that? Like that is not cheap either. And look how thin this side is. That is wild. Very pretty. Anno looks absolutely stunning on this, by the way. And this does have some weightiness to it. Let's put some feet on. This will be my first Ori board for sure. Love the design. Yeah, again, I'm a big fan of the design language here. I love this. This is like extremely elegant to me, and I think this is gorgeous. So here's the webpage. We can go down it. Kind of gives you the tech specs of this. A bunch of different colors, I suppose. Sound test, which we'll do our own. This is kind of where I thought it was. And maybe this is my mistake, but also like kind of deceiving to say end O-ring. You know what I mean? But it does look like top mount. And then those little O-rings to make it a burger mount, which I think traditionally, again, maybe this is just a translation thing, but dovetail joint and pocket hole. So this is the angled screws. Then we have dampening for the plate. Every aluminum plate will have dampening pre-applied in the spacebar area. Cool. Actually, I'm down to see how well that works. Mount arrangements. The mount arrangements have been carefully considered to test and provide a seamless experience. These tests have improved the characteristics of the top mount, making it a pleasantly hard plush. Interesting. Reduced contact area. We found that very large rectangular feet have caused unwanted vibrations. Yes, I'm glad we don't have the really long foot. Although, I will admit, the long foot would have looked really pretty on this. But, I mean, ultimately, no one really likes those. And then we go, information, so they have a lot of stuff there. And then these are all the colors. They have Nuremberg Silver, Turbinite, which is, I'm guessing, what we have, although it was marked gray. They have the Rosa Corsa, which is the red Ori, which I have my Ori 88 in that. I like the silver one. Actually, they're all really pretty. And then here's all the pre-order info, and then you guys can see over here. Delivery will be Q4 2025. And then you guys will get all this. And then there is the price point from $550. Let's start building this thing up. Ooh, wait a second. That's a nice PCB. I'm a big fan. Really big fan of this. We actually have a fair amount of options, I'd say. Well, actually, maybe not ISO, but everything else is pretty much present that we'd want. So we got split back, step caps, bottom rows. The basics are all here. Only thing you would be missing is ISO, which is always a bummer when we don't see ISO on solder PCBs. And then for a hot swap, what do we got? All right, so the hot swap PCB is this nice gray, which is also really pretty. So we have everything but spacebar options, which is a bit of a bummer, I would personally say, if I'm allowed to say that. I feel like we have the split, we have the steps. It wouldn't have taken much to add the spacebar, you know? But I am going to use solder today. I do really like this red PCB. Does the color of the PCB matter? If you're spending this amount of money on a keyboard, then for me, little details matter across the board. You know what I mean? Ultimately, no. Does it really matter? Not really. Oh, look at this. So this is that plate with the pre-done cutouts for the dampening on the bottom side. Cool. I do want to use aluminum today. I mean, we have some minor little relief stamps, you can call them, where the mounts would be, these little squares. But there is that foam that it was talking about on the webpage. Yeah, right now I'm liking everything about the board. Like visually, it's really awesome. I still like it how it has the identity, pretty much has the same identity visually from the 60. Perfect. All right, let's unscrew this. Let's get our little measuring device though. So you guys want to know the front height of the board? Let's see. I mean, I wouldn't say this is 17 in the slightest, unless 17.9, 17.8, roughly around there. Okay, very nice, very comfortable. All right. Oh wow, interesting. So we have the blocker, which you can change out, which is just that little sun piece. And then interesting internals over here. Actually, the internals are pretty well anoded as well. And then we do have to remove this piece. We can put on our daughter board. Okay, I do see Phillips screws here on the bottom. I'm hoping this changes. If not, I'll be kind of disappointed. So hoping that this doesn't stay towards the final. I do like the way this comes off. I think before it was a little bit awkward with the internal piece there on the Ori 60. So this feels a little bit more refined now. Instead of having like the accent fall off from the middle, this is just one single piece, which I really like. And then we have the PVD piece separate from the internal brass, which is nice to see too. So let's grab our daughter board, which is in the case. Where do we stick that? So let's do the daughter board first, and then we'll put that. So it looks like we got these go on first, and then the O-rings are supposed to go on the other side. So it's to isolate the plate, which is actually pretty cool. Ooh, that's pretty seamless the way this goes in. I like that. Then we have our cable channel. A little awkward with this, but we shall get it here in a second. I still wish people would utilize that little clip system when it came to the cable here. There we go. Did we get this time? We did. Perfect. I think it's cool, but you know what? I shall refrain from giving my opinion just because I work for Novelkeys. But I do like the idea of it. I think it's kind of neat. So let's put the O-rings on the screws first for the top mount plate screws. This is a gorgeous color, and I do feel like maybe even a beige. Maybe a beige would actually be the most sexy on this particular shade of keyboard here. Okay, to go over everything with the board before we do a typing test. So I really like the way this looks. I appreciate the front height on this. I actually don't mind the blocker. These side bezels being this thin, to me, this is sexy. Like, I think this is really good looking. Like the Manta, for example, has pretty thin side bezels, but this takes it to a whole other level. And the fact that this is curved in, like the machining we're getting here is crazy good. The anode looks fantastic on this. This looks super, super good, man. Love the machining here on the bottom too. Like, that is a good looking board. I am super happy with this. Again, little close up here. So some things I didn't like and I'd like to see refined. Again, I'm really nitpicking to the ends of the earth here because I need, you know, like for $550, even outside of machining complexity and just other things like that, like I want things to be as perfect as possible. Like, I'm a firm believer in that, you know, like even with our project that I'm doing, which is a bit cheaper than this one here. I'm a stickler for like, okay, if we're going to be charging this, regardless of complexity, I still want everything to feel perfect. I would like the tolerance for the aluminum plate. I'm not sure about the FR4 plate. I would like this particular plate to be opened up just a tiny little bit. The switches were a little tricky to kind of pop in. I feel like if they were a little easier to pop in, it would make a lot more sense. The other thing I would like to see slightly changed is maybe apply those gaskets. I understand they're probably supposed to be optional, but those gaskets that belong on the top mount were really small. I have shaky hands, and I'm sure a lot of other people do too. They were definitely doable, but it was kind of in that realm of like, maybe this should have been applied from the factory. So that's something there. I also would like to see maybe just a small, if it's possible, just a small little bit of a shrink wrap on the cable as well. I feel like that can help with just the build experience. Overall though, I would say this is pretty straightforward for literally everything else though. Like, it is a bit easier to build than the ORI 60. And I would like to see how this sounds. I'm curious even how this is gonna feel too. So this is aluminum top mounts with an O-ring as well as with the little gaskets. So let's give this a go, and we're using Cherry MX2As. I mean, it's got the nice sound profile I like. It's a little bit sharper of a space bar. But I wonder, let's do, because these were lightly lubed MX2As. I'm curious to see how a milky yellow, which is a slightly bit deeper, because we did make this hot swappable. I just want to see, and then we'll go back to the sound test, just because I want to find what my preference is here. I do like this. This has a bit more of a sharpness to it. It's a very nice sounding top mount. in terms of like what the website claims being a bit more of like a plushy top mount, or what did they call it? What was the exact words they used? Like, or hard plush. I don't necessarily agree with that. It's isolated very well. It is isolated super, super well. None of the vibrations you'd normally get from like a top mount, like none of those like really small vibrations I feel like are coming through on this at all. Pretty solid top mount. Like you still get that nice like loudness of the top mount, which is nice. Definitely stiffer. It's a top mount. Like this is not soft at all. I'm going to say this too. I appreciate the fact that they didn't just go with O-ring to match their ORI 60. I kind of like that they did a different approach and made the board have its kind of own unique sound signature and own identity with this. So I do appreciate that, but it still follows the visual guidelines, which is really cool. You want to see with the cork mat? Sure, let me get one. Or maybe a little bit more isolated just because you're double desk padding right now, but I really like the way this sounds a lot. I think this is a very solid top mount. I do. Very comfortable to type on. Very different from the ORI 60 sound signature wise. The ORI 60 had a bit more of like a brighter poppiness to it. I know it's kind of automatopoeia words, but I'm doing what I can to explain here. Definitely a bit more higher frequency. This feels like it has a nicer like underlying bass to it and a bit more emphasis on loudness of the switch. I mean, I'm gonna be real with you, Mango. I like this sound signature wise a little bit more than the Suse. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. Like I would use this over the Suse. Although both great boards, like I would be happy with either one in my hand. This should be an instant pickup for me, like no questions about it. I am a sucker. Like you guys already know my preferences, so again, this is playing into my decision. Sucker for stuff like this. When you can get something super elegant looking, just, you know, with this very thin side bezel. I would have maybe like visually liked to see a sandblasted weight here, because you can already see just from a little bit of use, it kind of picks up fingerprints. I guess that's up in the air. Some people like different things. I think even one of the Mantas that we built, what's it called? The raw copper is just full of fingerprints right now. That would have been cool to see a sandblasted finish. Maybe leaving the engraving inside here to be PVD'd or something, but this is gorgeous. Is this worth the price tag? So it's a few different pieces here. I would say it's what? We have 4 pieces total. The bottom, the top, the weight, and then the internal weight. And then there's actually a little accent on the inside that you can't even see. For the most part, with the exception of the plate tolerance, I would say this is very, very, very nice. Like a lot of attention to detail. Pretty easy to build too. A little bit more involved. Like I said, I would maybe recommend them putting the stickers for those pour-on films, but does the 550 include both PCB and the plate? It includes 1 PCB and I believe 1 plate. Let me triple check. I believe it's just 1 and 1. Yes, 1 plate in alu and 1 PCB. But for the person who is interested in this and wants to go all out with a board, I think you're not going to be disappointed in typing feel here, or sorry, not typing feel, but typing sound. If you're into sound, typing feel, you're going to have to like top mount. I really like this. 1.8 kilos almost. 1.79 kilos. 3 pounds, 15 ounces. Bye everyone. See you and talk to you tomorrow. Later, guys.